So I want to say I am thankful and grateful to you, Stacy, because you're the one that shared the patches with me and my husband, and our lives have changed so dramatically because of it. So I I was thinking about all the things that have changed for me, part of my testimony, and then I remembered, oh, I'm supposed to say what life was like before. It's like I didn't remember. All this stuff is gone. So pretty exciting. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I had this backache that when I got up in the morning, I'd have to give myself a little bit of time before I could bend over enough to make the bed, kind of lift up on the mattress and make that bed because my back was aching, and that really came from a hip injury that I had had um, doing something stupid. I was we were working on a deck, and I had put my leg out to hold on to a piece of equipment, and it jerked my leg, messed up my hip. So this hip injury, I'm sure, was connected to the back injury. You know, the hip is connected to the backbone, all of that. So mainly, I was coping with trying to go to sleep at night. You'd lay there in bed, and that hip would ache, and try to get that my leg straightened out so that the hip wouldn't ache, so I could finally go to sleep. That's really, really where I was at. And also, I've always had a really super strong, powerful singing voice and got a lot of joy out of singing in church. Felt like I was born to sing in church, great, big, big sing. And I had lost that. And that, I think some of the things that we want to change mean so much to us emotionally that it maybe doesn't make sense to other people, but that one was a really big one for me, that I had lost my singing voice. So I wrote my things down that changed, and I thought about it in terms of what happened in 30 days, what happened more by 90 days, what's happened now, because I have been on these patches now for 22 months. So it's not like I'm a brand newbie. But so in the first 30 days, I saw I finally found something that really took away all the aches and pains, all the little aches and pains in my body, no matter how little, no matter how big. That happened in the first 30 days. And I also, in maybe the first 3 or 4 days, had this little lifting of my spirits where I just felt kind of childlikely joyful. You know, it's like, what is this? I have not coped with depression by any means, but yet I felt a lifting and a joyful playfulness in my spirit. And that happened in about 3 days. Um, I also had, you know, when you get older, sometimes you kind of move your hands, and it's like your knuckles are stiff and that sort of thing. My knuckles, that stiffness went away, and now I have a strength in my hands that has come over time. Um, as women, I always thought, okay, you hand the jar to the guy, you know, to get him to open up the jar because you don't have the strength in your hands. I have that strength in my hands back, and I think that has been one of the things that's happened over time. And you don't notice those overnight, you know, but it's like, oh, my hands are stronger. So that's maybe not this huge thing to people, but it is something I'm noticing. So then by 90 days, I noticed a big change in my skin, in my hair. I had initially taken a picture of a scar that I had on my chest, and I wasn't happy with the scar. It was about a 4-inch gash, and we'd heard wound healing. Wound healing is a really big thing that was going to happen with these patches. So if you see the scar on my chest, and then it's almost 100%, if not 100% gone on the right. So I had taken this picture, not really thinking I was getting a before and after picture to prove how much younger I was going to look, but because I just was thinking maybe I would see if this scar was going to change. So this is like, lo and behold, from late January to late May. So just that quick, I feel like my skin got thicker, my hair got thicker, um, just much more youthful around my chin, um, my neck. I mean, it just blows my mind. I mean, I don't know, but I think I look 10 years younger. And that happened in about 4 months. So I thought that was really pretty remarkable. So that's in the longer testimonies, 90 days and beyond. Started to see the scar diminishing and my skin getting thicker. And I would say better sleep. And another, not that I had sleep problems, but you wake up in the middle of the night, you got to go to the bathroom kind of thing. My sleep was just better, deeper, and I got bladder control. That was just an answer to prayer. I will say. And I got my singing voice back. So that's the kind of things that happened by 90 days. I'm so glad I used a health tracker. I really want to encourage you to write down your list of aging issues when you first start, because these little things you just don't realize. And it's really, really fun to look back and see how long things took and be able to use that to encourage other people with how long things took for your changes. So now it's been 22 months. It's kind of fun. You have short-term quick things and you have long-term things. You just keep reversing. You just keep getting younger. My memory, I think, is something that's changed just gradually a little bit all the time. Better memory, word retrieval, name retrieval, things just pop into my head, and I think, man, my brain is really working good. This is something I really noticed. I would also say stamina. Just over time, I realize now. I mean, I like to work out. I like to exercise. And I now can go to the gym, do 25 minutes on the stair machine, which is a really tough machine to walk on that stair machine for 25 minutes. I mean, people are amazed that I can do that. So after I do the stair machine, then I go over and I lift weights just to warm up. And then I go play tennis for an hour and a half. So it's like a triple workout is what I'm doing. And I realize that when I think about stamina, it's like, this is unbelievable. It's like I'm doing 3 workouts, just bing, 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 one right after the other. And I am not tired. And I notice if I'm doing sit-ups or any kind of weightlifting that I can, it's like I almost have no limit. I just kind of quit doing them because I get tired of doing them, a little bit of boredom with how many sit-ups do you want to do kind of thing. So really stamina, I have no complaints. And I want to say I'm 74, and I don't really think about that much, but these gals that I was playing with said to me the other day they were 37 years old. And I said, you know what? I am twice your age, exactly twice your age. So I'm playing with these young chicks, and I'm just having a ball. So you can't, and I will say, you cannot play tennis unless you have good knees, unless you have good balance. I mean, it's really a sport that I'm proud that I can do, and I'm just really thankful. So now I'm excited too. We're going to have an event here in South Dakota. I'm really happy to be representing my state with LifeWave. I think it's awesome. So on December 2nd, we're going to have some guests like Stacy and Marcy, and people are coming here that are going to present to the people we love and cherish here. It'll be December 2nd at a senior activity center Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning.